Good morning, everyone. I'm Eunice. Today I'm going to talk about the education in different countries. Think about it. Why Chinese and Americans have more advantage than Taiwanese to get the job? And why Taiwanese personality is too shy to talk and so passive that the teacher prefers to teach Chinese and American students? This is today's outline. First, I will going to talk about the education in Taiwan, and second is in China, and third is in the United States, and the fourth is summary, and the last one is conclusion. First of all, I would like to talk about the education in Taiwan. In Taiwan, almost every student go to school even their parents do not have money to pay the tuition because of the traditional thinking. Only study better than doing everything. And also, the students do not have much time brainstorming because their teacher will keep teaching during the whole class, and the students do not have enough time to think, to discuss, and to brainstorm. And they focus on academic subject. There are Chinese, English, math, science, and biology. If the students are not interested in one of them, they have no choice, because their parents think the academic subject is the most important. And let's take a look at this picture. You can see in this picture, the students choose to sleep because they are not interested in what they learn. So do you think this is the effective way to teach? No, of course not. So now you're aware of the education in Taiwan. Let's take a look at the education in China. There are some differences between the students in China and in Taiwan. The students in China are well known for their hardworking personalities, and the competitive strata is very high. For example, if the two students' grade is 95 and 96, the rank might widely different. One might be at 100 and the other might be at 200. And let's take a look at this picture. They are really hardworking. And now you're aware of the Asian style, the education in Taiwan and in China. And do you think the education in the United States will be as same as Asian style? Of course not. It is totally different. The teachers in the United States respect what the students are interested in. For example, if the students like sports, their teacher will not push them to study academic subjects. They will encourage them to join more activities about sports. And the teachers point out the main points during the class. And let the student discuss and think. And that is to say, the student will brainstorming all the time. And the teachers encourage students to ask more questions, because the teacher thinks if the student asks questions, they are brainstorming, they are thinking about this topic. This is the good way to teach. As I mentioned, which people you think they are? The students in the United States, in China, or in Taiwan? I think most of us have the answer in our mind. And a summary. I compared the students in Taiwan, China, and in the United States. For hardworking and competition, the student in China focus it the most. And for the creativity and brainstorm, the student in the United States focus it the most. And the study in academic subjects, the students in Taiwan and in China focus it the most because their parents think this is the most important. So, comparing the students in Taiwan, China, and in the United States, if you were a boss, which interviewers would you choose? Thank you.